Hi, my name is Naomi. It's Friday, September 19th, and I decided to go with option 2, describing the major joint types. So, starting off with number 1, the first major bone type is bony joints. This is when two bones have fused together. They are known to be synostosis, which means no movement can occur or happen between these joints, and these are mostly found in where the sternum connects to the first rib. They're also found in the epiphysis and diaphysis and long bones, but that's where the two bones have fused there. The second major bone type is the fibrous joints. These are where the collagen fibers are holding bones together. There's a little bit more movement involved, but still not much. It's very limited, and they're known as synarthrosis. And there's three kinds of fibrous joints. There's suture, which is found in the fissures of the skull here in the cranial bones. So those collagen fibers connect there. And the second type is gomphosis, which is found where the tooth connects to the mandible or the maxilla of the bones or in your jaw. And then there's syndesmosis, which is found in the ulna or radius, or even the tibia and fibula. These fibers are a little bit longer, a little bit more movable, but it's to hold two bones that are next to each other. And the third major bone type is the cartilaginous joints, where cartilage is holding together two bones. There's a little bit more movement involved in these, but still not much. So these are amphiarthrosis. And there's two different types of cartilaginous bones. There's synchondrosis, which is found in the rib cage here. So these are held by hyaline cartilage, and it's this thick layer of cartilage keeping the bones together. And then the second type is symphysis bones. So these are found in the spinal cord or the vertebrae in the intervertebral disc right in between the vertebrae here. So, and it's also found in the pubic symphysis. And the fourth major type is synovial joints. So these are bones that are connected with this the fluid-filled cavity, and they're much more freely movable, so they're diarthrosis, and the fluid helps to make them a lot more movable, but they're a bit more of a narrow space in between the bones. And it also helps reduce friction. So generally there's a little bit more components involved. There's tendons attaching the muscles to the bones. There's ligaments attaching the bones to bones. And there's bursa, the fluid-filled sacs, to help cushion and keep any pressure or friction off from the tendon and bones rubbing together. And there's also fibrocartilage involved to help cushion it more and allow it to move a little more so that'll be the meniscus and the articular disc found in the knees, or in the elbow. And there's a few different ways, different regions involved, different parts, different categories. There's monoxial planes of movement. So these are where the joints can only move in one plane. So that'll be like a hinge joint. And that's found in the elbow in the humeroulnar, where the humerus meets the ulna in the in that elbow, or the cubital region of the arm. Helps to bend your arm. And then there's the pivot joint, so that's going to be found in the radioulnar, where the radius meets the ulna, also in the elbow. Then there's also biaxial planes of movement, so this is where the joints can move in two planes. So with saddle joints, these are joints that sort of concave into each other. And those are found in the thumb, where the trapezium bone meets the metacarpal bones. So it's going to be in the part that's where the thumb meets closer to the wrist. And the plane joints are in between the metacarpal bones. So right in that palmar region of your hand. Then with condylar joints, that's going to be right where your knuckles are, and that's what allows it to move in those two directions, right in your knuckles, or the metacarpal phalangeal region. And with multi-axial joints, those have 3 movements in the plane. So that'll be like where your shoulder or your hip is. So it's either where the femur meets the hip bone, or right here where the head of the humerus meets the scapula within the shoulder. So, it allows you to move your arm in rotations or up and down, and that'll be the ball and socket joint. So there you have it.